Hey everyone, thank you for checking out the video blog on this Sunday afternoon. It's about 4:30 as of record time here. In the event something changes, what we talk about in the next couple of minutes. I want to thank you all for your feedback and for watching the video blogs as well. Really appreciate that. I know there are some folks who like to see things in text, others who like the form of a video. I'll try to keep my talking to a minimum as much as I can, but there's so much stuff to get geeked out about. Let's hit this on the ground running then. Hit and miss thunderstorms ongoing today. That's the name of the game for the next couple of days. We saw this yesterday. Seen it so far today, expected over at least the next 3 to about 5 days. We'll also talk about the humidity and the heat, or at least lack thereof, for the week, and how all this may impact our Royals as they get set to come back to town tomorrow after a big night game on ESPN, I think, or Fox is it tonight. A big Sunday night game, by the way. I think it's ESPN tonight. Either way, go Royals, as we always say. Here's the outlook for today. We've already seen this come to fruition, most likely along and north of Highway 36, the likely area for heavier thunderstorms, then some spotty to isolated thunderstorms, mainly along and south of 36. I think between now and 9 o'clock, that's the best time frame to see this. I mentioned this yesterday. I'll use the same analogy in case you missed it. These are popcorn thunderstorms, and what that means is just like cooking popcorn old style on the stove, you put the popcorn in the pan, you heat the pan up, the popcorn gets going. As soon as you take the pan away from the heat, the popcorn, more or less, stops popping. That's kind of the sense of what's going on here. Once we lose the sun, that's our heat source, these pop-up popcorn thunderstorms will quickly fall by the wayside, and that should be about it. However, of the storms that do get going, some heavy rain, certainly not out of the question there, and wind gusts at around 40 to 50 miles an hour. I'm not expecting any organized severe weather. To extrapolate from that, this is kind of what we're in for going into Monday and certainly Tuesday. Now, by the notes that I have here, I think on Wednesday we start to change that up just a little bit. Let me kind of show you. Here's my notes, the old handy-dandy clipboard, kind of what I'm thinking for this week. I mentioned this in the video blog yesterday. Wednesday might be a better day for more organized and heavy rain across the area as a weak cold front kind of pushes in and then falls apart over our general area. More on that in just a moment. We'll talk about tonight, what's happening. Here's the latest computer forecast guidance, kind of picking up a little bit here on that spotty thunderstorm activity through the evening. And then watch what happens here. The model does pretty good with this. Once we get to around 8:30, 9 o'clock, whoosh, there it starts to go, kind of goes by the wayside, and maybe something lingers through about 10 o'clock or so. I think a lot of it, though, goes off the map by about 10 o'clock at the latest as it stands right now. It's more of the same for tomorrow. This computer forecast model here may not pick on it exactly. I think the placement is going to be off because it's hard to say where exactly this stuff is going to bubble up. It's just due to the heat of the atmosphere and the unsettledness of the overall atmosphere around us. We don't have any kind of big trigger mechanism for big-time thunderstorms over the next couple of days, but I still think we'll get some pop-up stuff here and there. And there you see the computer forecast model trying to at least hint at that as we go through Monday evening. Either way, hot a little bit and humid for sure across most of the area. To give you a better idea of what I'm thinking here, let me show you a couple forecast models. I know some of the true weather geeks out there like this kind of thing. What I'm showing you here, this is the convective available potential energy. What does that mean? We call it CAPE for short. This is the amount of energy in the atmosphere to get storms to go boom. Based on the color coding, you can see my mouse cursor, I hope. The areas in the yellow to orange, that's where you have the better oomph, the better development in the atmosphere to get thunderstorms going. This would be for about 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow on Monday. There's where we are by about noon tomorrow. Notice southern sections of Minnesota, they might have better thunderstorm activity there, potentially. Again, this is convective available potential energy. Key word to keep in mind. By the end of the day tomorrow, this is what I believe this is the GFS forecast model for tomorrow. What it says may happen. So again, southeast Missouri, northwest Missouri, maybe some areas to keep eyes on. Then it goes by the wayside overnight, and it's kind of the same setup for us on Tuesday. Just heat of the day may get this energy in the atmosphere, and something somewhat similar as we get more into Wednesday. Again, that's just one forecast model. The other models are somewhat similar to that. To give you an idea of what may happen, though, this is the NAM forecast model, and this is what it thinks the radar may look like as we go into late day today, overnight into Monday morning, and kind of like we saw today, this says it's northern Missouri that sees the activity after about noon or 1 o'clock on Monday, and somewhat keeping it there. Here again, I'm not 100% sold on that being the only area. I think we'll see some pop-up stuff in the afternoon, almost like what the NAM is saying here by the end of the day along and south of I-70. So the takeaway there is just about anybody could get some pop-up shower and thunderstorm activity. And I was looking at the Cape on the NAM forecast model, same sort of a deal where that may pop up as we go through the next couple of days here. Again, it goes by the wayside overnight. We get the daytime heating, and boom, the atmosphere may do a couple of different things. The reason why I think that we may have something more organized on Wednesday, this is the Wednesday surface map as per the the Weather Prediction Center, no longer the HPC. Weather Prediction Center, easier to say. They believe a cold front kind of nudges in at the surface and along the I-80 area there by Wednesday morning. To extrapolate from that or forward think, that should be down along around I-70 or so by the mid-afternoon to end of the day on Wednesday. So that may be enough of a forcing mechanism in the atmosphere to get some bigger thunderstorms. Keep in mind, the cold front is almost like the end of a bulldozer or a front-end loader. You're kind of pushing all that air ahead of it, and it tends to pile up, and as you do so, you're compressing the air even more, you're heating the air. So Wednesday could turn out to be, if the timing of this is right, a warm day and perhaps a stormy, wet day as well. Plenty of moisture nearby, plenty of energy nearby. All you need is a trigger mechanism, and it may be that cold front that you see there on Wednesday. So to put that in a little better terms and more of a weather map sense, here's what I think happens this week. Unsettled. Daytime heating is going to lead to an unstable air mass pretty much over most of Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, and northern sections of Arkansas. With that unsettled air in place, thunderstorms may pop up anywhere in that zone. It's very difficult to say where exactly, so you have to be ready for a heat of the day pop-up thunderstorm. That could be anywhere from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to about 7 o'clock in the evening. Once we get past 7, if something hasn't developed by then, I don't think it's going to develop. So if we do see anything, pockets of heavy rain, which we don't need any more rain after what happened on Friday for sure, maybe some gusty wind, 40, 50 miles an hour, and perhaps some small hail in the strongest storms that decide to get going as we go through the next couple of days. But again, Wednesday might be the most likely day. So what does that mean for the Royals exactly? Keep in mind the Royals have games at around 7 o'clock each night, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I believe. So again, with that being said, there may be a pop-up storm that happens right over the stadium. It's also not out of the question that we get by entirely dry all through those games, and we hope that's the case. Also kind of hope for a win on those games as well. So to put all that together, kind of surmise this forecast, here's the 7-day forecast for you if the computer system decides to load up. There you go. So we'll call it a 40% chance for Monday and Tuesday, a little higher of a chance on Wednesday as, again, that cold front kind of nudges in. Royals have games all 3 days. Not a washout by any means. You shouldn't put your tickets up on StubHub or anything else like that. If you're going to the game, just kind of keep an eye to the sky, as we say, for the chance for showers and storms. I actually think the chance might be better that we win the series versus getting rain right over the stadium. Probably just jinxed myself and the series at home, but hey, we're hoping for a W nonetheless. Already looking to our next weekend, maybe. The first weekend of September. Looks warm, mid-80s, and still a chance for a few spotty showers and thunderstorms. So there is your video blog on this Sunday. If you have any questions at all, tweet me, Facebook me, email me, and we hope to answer those. Thank you so much for checking out the video blog. Enjoy the rest.